Supercar dealerships can be unfair and even corrupt.
Have you bought enough cars?
Today I'm going to beat the system and get the car of my dreams without falling into the trap that dealerships have made to take advantage of you and take even more of your money. In the last video I was offered an actual allocation for a 911 992 GT3 RS. Looks like we got a GT3 RS.
And I was offered that without any previous buying history, despite the dealers telling their loyal customers that they had sold out, and all I had to do was buy 3 lesser model cars.
So any of the Taycans, Turbo or Turbo S's.
So I had literally leapfrogged all of Porsche's loyal customers in only one day. But unfortunately, the deal was just too good to be true.
You're going to lose $225,000.
I am still determined there is a way that I can get this amazing GT3 RS at list price without losing money. And the good news is,
I think I have found a way. With some more negotiations, we now have a new deal on the table, and to be fair, it's a lot better this time. Right, so we have a counter offer. So obviously nobody took them up on the 3 Taycans, but this is looking a lot more in our favour. Still 2 cars, one dreaded Taycan Turbo S, but this time a 911 Turbo S cab. Because we've only got one Taycan to sell, I reckon we can get out of that for about a 65 grand loss. Now the GT3 RSs are still fetching 100 over. Jane needs a new car so she can have the Porsche 911 Turbo S cab, so we're going to be better off in every way because I even get to spec my own car. Good news, got you a new car.
A G-Wagon?
Better than that, a Porsche.
Please don't tell me it's a Taycan.
It's a 911 Turbo cab.
Is that some sort of deal then to get you that GT3 RS?
No, it's because I love you.
Okay.
And you, mate, yeah.
right, if you've missed the last 2 videos and you're wondering what all this palaver is all about, let me try and explain in a super simple way.
Imagine walking into your local supermarket and trying to buy these, the limited edition, best tasting crisps in the whole shop. But the cashier says, unfortunately, Mr. McCann, it's just not that simple. You have to buy the 30-pack standard crisps, and then I promise you, you can have the posh pack. So you buy them, you eat them, and then you go back for this ultimate pack. But the cashier says, sorry Mark, we sold out the last pack yesterday. I didn't realise we had none left. But even worse, something is going on behind your back. A total new guy has walked into the store and he's haggled a deal that if he buys these 3 budget pack of crisps, which are stale, out of date and been stuck on the shelf for ages, then they will suddenly, miraculously, find in this special pack which they've been hiding out the back all this time. And that is going to leave a stale taste in anybody's mouth. It was actually me. It's me. Oh.
And supercar dealers are doing exactly the same thing. They are using their special edition cars to sell their lesser models. And this is one of the reasons it's been so difficult to get my allocation for a GT3 RS.
After weeks of trying to beat this system of the 10 previous cars, £2 million spend rubbish, we can make this deal work. And with a little bit of compromise our end, we can accept this offer and finally going to get a GT3 RS. And it's thanks to all you guys sat at home showing your continued support of these videos. That's the reason we're going to get this car.
And thank you for all your comments. We have heard some crazy stories. These are just some of the comments. They actually get even worse. Even reports of bribery with holidays and even cash, which is obviously criminal. You can read them for yourselves on the last 2 videos. They are alarming.
Right, I've had a sleep on it and my conscience is getting the better of me. The big problem I've got is not sitting right because somebody out there has spent millions of pounds on the hope of getting this GT3 RS slot. And I've had to buy 2 cars, which they're saying, a Taycan and a Turbo S cab, and we leapfrog everybody to the top of that list.
Yeah, it's not right and it's not fair.
No.
You wouldn't like it if it was done to you.
No, somebody's sat looking at their phone, waiting for the phone call to say, yep, your car's coming, you've just got to come and spec it. They've been sold that dream, jumped through all the hoops, and now I am going to leapfrog all of those people by just buying 2 cars. So for now, back to the start. But I think I've got a plan.
It's plan D, and this is what we're going to do. I have figured out a way to get this car with hopefully losing very little money, and that is without any allocation from Porsche themselves.
Well, let me explain. I've bought cars from Lamborghini for nearly 20 years, even back in the days when they broke a lot and nobody wanted them. I've built a relationship that I'm one of Lamborghini's best customers, so I get invited to have special cars, like the new Lamborghini Countach, £1.5 million. I didn't have the money, and now they're worth $1 million more. To get in this position, I have bought over 20 new cars.
Okay, so maybe you think buying 20 cars from Lamborghini is hypocritical of the last two videos. The cars I bought were all cars that I actually wanted. No dangling carrots, no sweeteners, no playing the game or jumping through hoops. I bought them because I wanted them, and it eventually got me the ultimate limited edition cars. I was naturally at the top of the VIP list simply because of my long and loyal relationship. At no point did I ever have to have a car that I didn't want, and at no point did I have to buy trips or silly watches which I didn't like. I did what I wanted and bought the car I wanted and enjoyed every single one of them.
Last year, I purchased a Lamborghini Urus Performante, actually my third Urus and by far the most special. It came with a big spec and cost £280,000. It's been seen on the channel a lot, and if you don't know which one it is, it's a big yellow thing.
The trouble is, over the last year of owning this car, as I've discussed on previous videos, it's not my preferred motor vehicle. But nor is any SUV really. I'm a hot hatch man, a chavvy, a popping and banging racing car, just like my beloved Clio. The Urus is probably the ultimate SUV in looks and comfort. She's just a big old bus.
The GT3 RS is much more me. It just means Jane and Senna have to get an Uber. When I first got the Lamborghini Urus, we made a video on overs. It was a story of how you could flip these limited number cars the day you bought them for profit. Simply put, supply and demand. I could have sold it the very next day and made £70,000 tax-free overnight. Now that was last year, but even after a year of owning this car and driving 7,000 miles, it's still now worth £300,000, which is still £20,000 over the list price, which I paid for it. This is where my plan comes together.
The rest of the plan is simple.
I'm going to use the power of the overs of the Lamborghini, use the profit and invest it directly into the GT3 RS. So I will use my Lamborghini overs to cover some of the Porsche's overs. So I'm swapping brands. I'm using my position on the Lamborghini list to overcome not being on the Porsche list. We are cheating the whole system by using the very same system. But really importantly, I don't take anybody's allocation. And even better for me, paying overs is going to be back to a Porsche customer who's already had to buy a load of take-ins and could really do with my money.
So next problem is finding a GT3 RS which has been flipped and selling at overs in a specialist car dealership. And I think I've got the perfect spec car in mind.
So last video, this is the car we test drove down in Cardiff at Better Performance with Lewis. It's an amazing car. It has everything that you want it to have. Wise up pack, perfect colour combination, ceramic brakes. It is the absolute nuts. So we're going to give Lewis a call now and try and see if somehow we can bang out a deal.
Hi Mark, how are you?
Hi Lewis, you okay?
Really well, thank you. How are you been yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good. Just ringing to see if you've had a look and what you think you can do on a deal for this car.
Yeah, okay mate. I'll be very, very honest. I've had a really good think and I think what you're doing is fantastic. You'd be really, really special, and I think that I'm going to really look after you with the deal. And I think that if I sell you the GT3 RS at a 330,000, but I would need your Urus because I'd like an opportunity going forward. So I would give you good money for it. I would like to offer you 300,000 for it, so I could give you a 30,000 cost per change if that would suit you, Mark.
Wow, okay.
Wow, that is a better deal than I ever expected. This must be the cheapest ever GT3 RS. This way we need no previous buying history. This way we need no extreme overs. We are not being made to sign a contract that I cannot sell it. And Lewis is definitely not going to blacklist me.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's changed something. That's 40 grand less. He's just knocked that off that car. That's amazing. So, fair play to him. There is only one problem standing in the way of me owning a GT3 RS. Not Porsche anymore.
Lamborghini. Go back to your tractors, farmer.
Lamborghini do a lot of background checks to make sure that the buyers of these very special cars don't flip them. They would prefer the cars to go to customers who will enjoy the car for years to come. Ideally, they would also prefer to buy the car back from you, so it can stop in the local area. When I purchased the Urus, I wasn't made to sign a contract or anything like that, but I always offer to give the car back to Lamborghini first. It's fair as a business and I don't want to tarnish a great relationship. We need to stop friends as there's a new 1000 horsepower Lamborghini coming to this channel very soon.
The deal which Lewis is offering us is amazing, but the only way I could possibly get more money is by exporting it. That's because these special cars are worth more money in luxury countries like Dubai, as there is more people with money than there are cars.
Now, if I exported the Urus, there would be a big problem. There is a limited number of Lamborghinis allocated to the UK, and the sales and servicing network needs these cars to stop here. For example, this UK car is sold to me, then I sell it back to the dealer, then they sell it to another customer. Each year it's serviced, repaired, warranty, upgraded.
So as long as the car stops in the UK, the money stays in the Lamborghini circle. But what happens if the car gets exported?
The UK dealer network loses it all.
So that is why Lamborghini want the car back first, just to make sure it doesn't get shipped out of the UK. And this is where the problem lies.
The only way we can make this deal work is if Lewis can have my Urus. He wants this amazing car in his showroom and is willing to do us a great deal. But if Lamborghini wants to buy my Urus back, it means that our plan has failed, and like I said, I have to give them first refusal. So the only thing left to do is to call Lamborghini and ask whether they want my Urus back. If they do, there is no chance of me buying a GT3 RS without losing tens of thousands of pounds. If they say they don't want it, it looks like we're getting a GT3 RS.
So everything sits on this. We're all invested in this crazy story. If this call comes back negative and they want my Urus, then I'm going to do the right thing and let them have it. And that means no more options.
I hope they don't want the car, all right? Do that.
Do your fingers crossed.
Good.
Hi Mark, how are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. How are you? I've got a deal on the table with a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, but they want the Urus as part exchange. And obviously I wanted to give it first refusal to you, but I just wondered if there's anything we can do because they have to have this car for the deal to go through.
Right, okay. How long have you had it now?
It's actually over a year.
Well, obviously, we really would love to have the car back, but I've seen the videos and I know how much you really want this car. So, under these circumstances, I'll be okay with you selling it elsewhere.
You're a legend, thank you.
All the best.
Take care. Bye 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 bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mummy's getting a G-Wagon!
No, it's a GT3 RS. What an absolute result. Right, let's get to Wales.
I cannot believe we're actually going to get a car after all we've been through, which has been a month of ups and downs, doors closing, doors opening, and thanks to you guys, we're actually going to get a car today. You've given us so much contacts and so many helps to get us through and over this hurdle. Right guys, here we are. Better performance in Cardiff.
You again. How are you doing, Mark?
Is she ready?
Lovely to see you again, mate. She's all ready for you. Come on in.
Look at this, nice, isn't it?
Amazing. I love it. Look at the spec.
2 keys.
Thank you, sir. Do you want me to show you the new one?
Oh, I'm excited today.
Yeah. Let's go. Come on, lads.
That's mad, isn't it?
Amazing.
You can tell it's 911, can't you? Look at its nostrils.
So this is it. This has been some journey.
Let's get it off. Are you ready?
4 weeks ago, when I walked into a dealership trying to buy a car, I had no idea what I was entering into. Up until now, we have had over 2 million views, 6,000 comments, lots of people telling us their stories, which are even worse than ours, and hundreds of people all over the world trying to help me get this car. Thanks to you, today is finally the day. We are getting a GT3 RS. I have never encountered such a difficult car to buy, but my God, was it worth it. This is a thing of beauty. It is literally like a spaceship in there.
Some car. I cannot wait to see him on track in this.
It's unbelievable. It is just a crazy, crazy car, isn't it? Oh, it's just posh, isn't it?
Try to do our best.
Yeah.
And there's the 2 keys. So you've got 2 keys for the car as well.
Thank you so much for the deal.
No problem at all. What a pleasure.
Testing it? Let's go. Bye Eurus. Right, top speed run. Let's go. Tunnel. I absolutely love it. Love it. Expect some videos on this very, very soon. Just thank you for everyone who's invested in this series. It's been amazing, a roller coaster, ups and downs. But finally, we have the car. See you next Tuesday, 6 p.m.